So you're basically done.
Yeah, I was basically done.
And how far away was London from?
It's pretty far. I mean, it's an hour train ride.
Okay.
So that's what all the staff members do. 95% of the staff members from London Org live in Greenfields. Because they're all...
What?
Live in East Grinstead. Yeah.
Oh, okay, which is where Greenfields is.
Yeah.
They live in East Grinstead. Why, is it because it's so expensive to live in London?
Yeah, well, A, yes, and B, they're all Greenfeldians who still live with their parents.
With their parents.
Which was the case for me.
Now you said 95% of London Org staff are commuting to St. Hill
90%.
or to East Grinstead.
Yeah.
Well, 9 out of 10 staff members
Probably, yeah.
are Greenfeldians.
No.
Or are St. Hillers or people from East Grinstead.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So we all get on a train at like 7 a.m. or whatever.
Huh.
Get the train up there, walk. It's like a 20-minute walk or something crazy.
You're filling the train.
Pretty much, yeah. There's not that many of us. So yeah, we all just travel every day. And it was 60 pounds, 80 pounds, something like that for a weekly train ticket.
Yeah.
And that's cheaper than...
Yeah, doing it every day.
Than living in London and all that stuff. So.
Right. Interesting. So now when you joined, so it's 2008.
Yeah, I believe it is. I could be wrong on my dates because I'm terrible with dates.
Well, you're 18.
Yeah, I'm 18, but I was born in 88. So that would make me 20. So it's 2006.
2006.
2007.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we've been a little off on our years here.
Yeah,
okay.
so scoot everything
back 2 years.
Sorry,
okay, so 2006.
Yeah.
All right. So you joined, and it was in this big swanky quarters.
It had been ideal for about 8 months, 10 months.
Right,
something
that
like
sounds about right.
So it was a pretty much brand new, very shiny org. And
yes, lots of marble, fluted columns. Very shiny, a lot of
amazing
brass.
Building, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful building, no question about it.
Yeah.
But empty, full. How was it when you showed up there? And what did you do? How did it? What did you start off doing? And
so empty.
Okay.
To answer that question.
Yeah.
But not bare bones empty. I mean, it's a way bigger building than what they can handle.
Right.
And the course room was way up on the top floor. It was about a third, if not half. So it was okay. They had their regulars and stuff.
You mean the course room was...
The course room, that's how filled it was, is what I'm talking about.
Okay. During peak hours or all day long? Or you were... I'm sorry.
I was day.
You were day.
I was day.
So you were working from 9 to 6, Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
And foundation is 6 to 10, Monday through Friday, and Saturday, Sunday, 9 to 6.
Yeah.
And during that time, about a third of the course room was full. Half the course room was full.
Yeah. Sometimes it dipped down to a quarter or, it was never...
Never packed.
Never packed.
And we're talking about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people at a time then? Or?
I would say 20 at most.
Okay.
So
London, teeming city of millions.
Yeah.
Like one of the largest cities in the world.
Yeah.
And you got 20 Scientologists on course at a time.
And there's a test center too.
Okay.
But that doesn't have a course room opened.
Right.
Because we don't have enough staff and all that stuff. So
how many staff were there when you showed up there? When you signed up? Rough. 10, 20, 30, 40, 100?
I think 40.
40?
Yeah.
Wow. Complement for an ideal org is supposed to be a bit over 100.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. But you go on staff there about within the first year of it opening as an ideal org.
Yes.
Okay. And they're already they're down.
There's not that many. No.
There's not that many staff.
No.
There's definitely not 100 staff.
There's definitely foundation definitely had more than we did.
Okay.
Because there were evenings and weekends.
Yes.
And stuff. But part of it for me was that I was on TTC.
Okay.
That's
Technical Training Corps.
Technical Training Corps.
Right, which means you were in full-time training to take a technical post.
Exactly.
And that means in Scientology an auditor or a course supervisor or somebody who's actually delivering Scientology to people.
Yeah.
That's a technical post.
So I wanted to do auditing.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why I joined staff with the reason of helping people and clearing people and all that stuff.
Yep.
And joined staff, I was an HCO helper, whatever they're called.
Expediter. Yeah, everybody starts out that way.
Yeah,
You're
everybody
just running around doing miscellaneous gopher stuff.
until you're past your first course or two, and then you figure out where they're going to put you, and then eventually they put me in qual, which is where you train to get your qualifications and all that stuff.
Yep.
So I was in qual, TT's here. I was going to do for flag. I went through all the write-ups, everything, and it's a very detailed write-up. I mean, you have to go through your sexual history. You have to go through your overts and withhold history, so all the sins you've committed and all that stuff. You have to go through
all the courses you've done.
Drug history, all the courses you've done, testing, IQ test, personality test. There's another test, I'm sure. Leadership test.
Aptitude test.
That's right.
Yeah. This whole thing is a package that gets put together because if you're going to go from anywhere in the world, as a staff member or a Sea Org member, this isn't public, but as a staff member or Sea Org member, if you're going to go to Flag in Clearwater and you're going to train full time, they have to approve you before you arrive there. And the package to do that is what he's talking about. And it's a full... It's this whole package of stuff, and it includes everything you've ever done in your whole life, and all these tests, and there's qualifications you have to meet, and they want to make sure that if you're going to go there, that you're going to actually be able to get through the training, and you're not a nerd or an idiot or something like that. So, because some orgs get pretty desperate, and they send the lowest common denominator, and they spend years at Flag, and nothing, they never get done.
Yeah.
So they have this approval process, and that's what he was doing.
Yeah. They review your PC history as well, which is all your auditing history all that stuff. So anyway, and then they check out your entire family as well. Not with as much detail as they went into you, but they want basic information on every single family member that you speak to.
That's right.
And
what's your relationship with your mom? What's your relationship with your dad?
And
if they're all Scientologists, it's better.
Yeah.
Than if they're not.
Now for us, it's not the case. It's just my parents and my brothers and sisters to some degree.
Yeah.
And grandparents, uncles, cousins, nobody else is a Scientologist in the family.
So then what their attention is on is, are they anti-Scientology?
Exactly.
Right.
Which none of them were per se, apart from one of my uncles who's a psychiatrist.
And this is on your mom's or your dad's side?
On my dad's side. So my dad's sister's husband.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So your uncle-in-law.
Yeah, technically.
Got it. Okay. So. Yeah.
So,
your dad's sister married a psych. What the hell?
Yeah. So, we don't speak to him. We may say hi to him unintentionally, like once a year. So technically, I say hi to him.
Right.
But I speak to her multiple times a year, and so that made me PTS or unqualified for Flag.
Because your uncle-in-law was a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Okay, so PTS meaning a potential trouble source.
Yes.
Potential trouble source for the church, only because a guy you didn't talk to in your family tree was a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
So now you're, persona non grata at Flag, no way.
You're not good enough to come. That was the only thing. Everything else seemed to be fine.
Because you're psych influenced.
Exactly.
Oh, and they hate psychiatry.
Absolutely despise it. There were a couple other hiccups.
Did you ever understand why, when you were growing up, or when this became clear to you as a reject point, why this was so bad in the Scientology world?
I was showing these horrific videos, which actually really disturbed me.
Okay.
A few different times.
The CCHR videos?
Against psychiatry.
Yeah, okay, so you were showing the propaganda.
I was showing the propaganda on psychiatrists and people being starved to death and electrocuted and throwing up and foaming at the mouth. And that was my idea of what a psychiatrist is.